So today I wanted to go over 5 music production and music making tips that I find useful to remember. And these are just really tips that help me and have helped me along my music production journey, so I thought hopefully they'll be helpful to some other people. So let's get right into it. Tip number 1: you don't have to know everything to make music. It can sometimes be hard to find a balance between learning new things and just making music and putting what you learned into practice. You don't need to, and nor will you ever possibly know everything about production, mixing, synthesis, sound design, sampling, so on and so forth. That's a good thing. If you're constantly learning and practicing, you're constantly getting better. This also keeps the whole process exciting. If you knew everything out of the gate, you wouldn't be as inclined to experiment and just try something to see if it works. Inevitably, you should spend most of your time creating. Obviously, as a beginner, you need to learn the basics, and that's absolutely what you should do, but don't spend too much time in the weeds. As long as you're spending the vast majority of your time creating, you're on the right track. Tip number 2: it is okay to make bad music. You should embrace this. You can learn a lot from making music with no expectations of the outcome whatsoever. Use these songs as an opportunity to experiment. Making bad music is fun and freeing. It allows you to just throw everything at the wall and see what sticks. And by doing this, it teaches you to make better music. You learn what works and what doesn't work. And you also might refine your sound and figure out what style works best for you. Best case scenario, at the end of making bad music, you find it's actually not that bad. It's pretty good, and you can finish it. All right, number 3, being a perfectionist is the worst. It can stop you from finishing anything, from putting yourself out there, trying new things that you might not be good at out of the gate, and releasing as much music as you could. Finishing songs is more important than making the perfect song, because the perfect song doesn't exist. Coming from personal experience, perfectionist tendencies can become an excuse not to step out of your comfort zone and do things that you might not think you'll be as good at out of the gate. Be prolific, not perfect. Quality work comes from quantity work. That sounded very cliche, and I am sorry. Number 4, make what you like and what inspires you, not what you think others will like. If you don't make the music you like, it will show, and your audience will be able to tell. It's also not sustainable after the novelty of just making music wears off. You'll have a hard time finding inspiration to make something that doesn't inspire you. Making the music you love will attract the right audience for you. Making the music you want to hear is also unique to you. You can mix genres, instrumentation, styles, have fun. Who knows, at the end of it, you might create something totally new and unique. And tip number 5. Tip number 5. You don't need much to make great music. I still struggle with this personally. There's always something new that I feel like I need or want, whether it's a new plugin or a piece of gear or synthesizer, etc. Like, there's always something, and my mic is sinking. I'm sorry about that. We'll get through this. There's always something I feel like I need. The truth is, you need very little to make great music. As long as you have the basics, like an audio interface, a DAW, a computer, you're fine. That's all you need. All DAWs come equipped with more than enough synths, effects, sounds to create a professional song out of the gate. Work with what you have. This will teach you to properly use the tools you have and make you much more efficient at creating music. Limitations are a great thing for creativity. If you can choose any tool at any time, it makes it very hard to lock in and just create. You get stuck focusing on a choice and not the music. Even if you have a ton of plugins and gear, you should set limitations for yourself, whether that's track count, only using certain things, having a deadline, whatever works for you, that's what you should do. Set those limitations, they will help you. Make great music with what you have right now. So, these have been my 5 tips that help me. These are things I like to remember. That is all for today. I hope these tips help you as much as they have helped me over the years. Have a great one. Bye.